Hey guys, Jay Skids here, and I just got done filming the first video. You'll see it. I'll post that first. So what I wanted to talk about is I like the shows. I like the show Steven Universe. It might be a cartoon kids, but a lot of people watch it. In fact, I see a few people who do reactions to it. It's a very cool show. So what I would like to say about it is that it is an amazing show. Just the plot, usually I don't like how shows most shows I don't like how they have random episodes. But episodes that have, like, plot in them, like a story. For instance, Red vs. Blue, I like that because it has a story, not just random episodes. Except for season 14. Steven Universe has a story into it. Gravity Falls, that show had like a bunch of build up into it. What I want to say is, I even have what I thought would be like I even have my own story to all of it. Let me tell you about it. What I have is funny. You see, ever since I started watching this, I made, like, my own story to it, like, what would happen, in the future of it. What I would have is that, like, for instance, with Aaron Season 4, now, like, this story, part of the story would take let's say it's like a fan-made series. Let's say it would be like that. I know this is probably nothing compared to what they're actually gonna do, but here's what it says. So, my idea, if I wrote the show, would be that I would try to get permission from Toby Fox, the creator of Undertale. And you see, sometime within Season 4, Season 5, before Rebecca Sugar would make them have that fight with the diamonds, because it's pretty obvious that's going to happen at some time. What I'm thinking is that hopefully it will be something like, during that, Stephen, Connie, Pearl, Garnet, Amethyst, Paradigm, Lapis go to train for that fight, into a mountain, and to meet, and while Stephen goes to find that master that would have said train him, he meets the master, but unknowns to him, it's a gem going by the name Topaz. And apparently, so what I would think is that Steven trains with him for 2 years, and then when he goes out of there, he hasn't aged at all. He thought he aged, but he didn't. And it's only, like, been 10 seconds since he went in there. No time has changed, but he has learned a lot of different stuff. No time has passed since the time he went in there. And apparently, then they leave, but then they fall through the mountain. And during that, it goes, like, through the story of Undertale itself. They meet all the Undertale characters, they become friends with them, and eventually free them from the underground. But during that, instead of it leaving off there, they soon join the story in. Like you know, Papyrus, Sans, Toriel, Asgore, Alphys, Undyne, Gaster, maybe, Monster Kid, Mettaton, maybe, even at some point, also Temmie, all the other monsters. So what that would be is that there would be a lot of storylines between it. Like, there would be, like, they would help fight the diamonds. Like, it would also, like, where it almost looks like, and Sans even gives Steven some of his powers, like, gives him a stone, like a bone sword they can control on his hands, sort of like that only he can activate, sort of like Tucker's energy sword, the Great Key. And yeah, that would be like that. And during the diamond fight, when all hope looks lost, Sans would turn into the Meme Lord. And if you guys don't know what that is, look up Sans Meme Lord. It'll make sense. It's from a comic series, Ask Frisk and Company, that makes Sans control memes or something. And basically sings the song like the All-Star song. He makes it sing in the rhythm of All-Star song. You'll watch it. It's hilarious. And then during that, Steven becomes very super, like a god, no, not god, gets all these powers and are able to strike down the diamonds in their point. White diamond, yellow diamond, blue diamond. I'm pretty sure there is a white diamond coming at some point. But yeah, even strike it down. And wait, no, not topaz. I just realized, not topaz, emerald. Emerald, that's the one I was thinking of. Wait, no, yeah, it was topaz I was thinking of. Emerald became the strongest warrior on Homeworld after Jasper would return. At least that's what I think. And eventually they were all defeated, and eventually would lead to where Steven and the Crystal Gems suddenly get a reset of their entire world. And apparently by what would take place during the genocide run of Undertale. And apparently, in the end, killing off some of the characters like Garnet, Pearl, Lapis. But eventually, Peridot, Amethyst, and Steven being the only ones that remember the resets. But when they because when their world was reset back to normal, how it was when they left, and it was by Kara, the evil freakazoid, psychotic sociopath kid. And eventually, they would have to meet an evil galactic lord from space, known only as the Time Master. He's looks like a human, but wears sunglasses, and is the strongest being in the universe. And he would try and destroy Crystal Gems, trying to take over the Earth. Unfortunately, he would later be killed by a Sans and Steven fusion. Also, somehow them being able to meet. Also, with them being able to meet the Yogscast. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's a British YouTube channel, a group of British YouTubers, with their leaders Simon and Lewis, who would help them along with all the other members. And then defeat him by a Sans and Steven fusion, which would look cool. And during that would destroy the Time Master and destroy the Time Master's eye, but then destroy him. Unfortunately, that's not where the ends, but I'll tell you where that would come off before. And also, during that, they would go see Kara again, who would try to kill them for, all season 8, or whatever season we pick off at that. And, well, they would defeat her. She would kill all the monsters and humans. But eventually, Steven would defeat her, along with a bunch of cool Undertale songs. Let's just say that. Yeah. And also, meeting, when Frisk was absorbed by Kara before he defeated her, he would meet the mind of the person she possessed to do that, and that would be the main character, Frisk. You guys already know what that is. And apparently, meeting that Frisk didn't want any of that to happen, and would later being tricked by Kara. And also there would be a duet fight scene of Kara, Sans, and Frisk singing Stronger Than You. It is cool. And also, let's say that there was, and eventually making it look like Sans was killed. Fortunately, he wasn't killed. He was able to survive. He was able to survive for a while, but Papyrus thought he was dead and went into a rage and at least defeated Kara. And also, when Steven got out Kara's mind, he was able to bring Frisk out of this. But unfortunately, bringing her power down, that's what he thought he did. But unfortunately, brought her power up. It's sort of like Majin Buu from Dragon Ball Z, when they removed remove Fat Buu from Super Buu's mind. He became powerful and turned into Kid Buu. You see Frisk didn't die, which she should have during that, and became part of Steven's soul. They were able to defeat Kara, and that's mostly the end of how season 8 would be. But that's not how it's most likely not gonna go. But that's only but it's fun to think about. It's fun to think about. There's more of what I got, but I don't think you guys want to have time here to think about that. But yeah, it's fun to think about. So anyways, guys, Jay Skids here.